boys, girls, and others, we're gonna open up this theme deck, and we're gonna talk about why this theme deck is not like other theme decks. Alright, so first let's go over the list. So this, as you can see, it's called Mock Strike. It's about Garchomp, who is like a really cool Pokemon. If you don't like Garchomp, you're wrong.
I don't like Garchomp.
Then you're wrong. So you can see this comes with 2 Garchomp, 2 Gabite, 3 Gibble, a Lucario, blah blah blah. Pause the video if you really want to read this list, because for the most part, the list isn't what's important, it's the contents of the deck that are not... You know what I'm trying to say here. So, Garchomp. This is the Shattered Hollow version. You can see it a little better when I pull it out of the box. Ultra Prism deck. Let's get right into it. You turned off the light. Let's get into this deck.
I'm opening a blister in the background, so if I pull anything, I'll tell you.
Do it.
So if you guys want more deck analysis videos like this, let us know. Also leave a like. And subscribe to our Tribble.
And follow me on Twitter at Blevza.
So we're gonna pop this open. We're gonna just show off this playmat thing, which, by the way, I'm fairly sure that the Toys R Us event that we went to today has this.
Whoa! Whoa! Ah!
What?
I just pulled another Cynthia!
Stop.
Is that for trade?
No! I'm sorry. Speaking of Garchomp!
Yeah, speaking of Garchomp, we'll get into that in a minute.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway,
oh my god, what?
This Steam Deck comes with this playmat that one side is Empoleon and the other side is Garchomp. And we're gonna just fold this over and stick it in the background so you can look at Garchomp the whole video. Anyway, like I was saying, the Toys R Us event we went to, I'm fairly sure has this exact same map, but it may or may not have all these rules on the side of it.
Yeah, I think it's fairly similar at least.
Box comes with a paper GX counter, a bunch of damage counters. Like, it comes with a burn counter and not a poison. Oh, it does come with a poison counter. I'm just stupid. It's on the other side for some reason. Okay. Comes with this little poster. It's a checklist for the set, and then it goes over some of the key cards in the set. Goes over Prism and does some special GX rules, and then the checklist, which just so happens to be the longest checklist because this is the largest set that Pokemon's ever printed. So let's just get into the deck, which deck box looks cool. That's a cool art. Oh, well, obviously we're gonna look at the promo and the coin first. So, like I said, this is like the Shattered Hollow. You can see some of that, all the triangles, like changing colors there. This is the only place you can find the Shattered Hollow Garchomp. I think that they look way cooler than the non-hollow ones in the set. And then it also comes with this cool coin, which is very reminiscent of the gold Hoopa coin that came with that Hoopa deck back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
So there's that Garchomp. He's the star of today. We'll go over it again in a minute. So let's just rifle through this for a minute, pull out the things that are important to look at. Alright, so Garchomp. 150 HP, Stage 2 Pokemon. Has 2 attacks. Well, first of all, it has Free Retreat. That's cool. Right now, it's weak to Fairy, and I'll get into why that's important in a minute. So first attack, DC, does 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. It's a 50 snipe, pretty good attack, all things considered. Second attack, Royal Blades for 100 plus. If you played Cynthia from your hand during this turn, this attack does 100 more damage. So you can be hitting 200 damage with this without a Choice Band. Put a Choice Band on it, you're hitting 230, and that's going to knock out, you know, a lot of your big threats. Like every basic GX, most Stage 1 GXs, a lot of even some Stage 2 GXs, depending if, you know, you run into the right one, like Gardevoir, for example. So then we'll take a look at Cynthia, because obviously they have some synergy, and Cynthia is going to be shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 6 cards. Which, as far as standard goes, that's really, really nice. Because, like, oh, you know, you need to set some things up, and that'll help you set up more Garchomps, it'll help you just dig through your deck a little better. Then you've got Pal Pad, which is shuffle 2 supporter cards from your discard pile back in your deck, get you all those Cynthias back. Now you might be thinking, okay, well, cool, you can play a bunch of Cynthias, and you can play like 4 Cynthias.
That's pretty cool.
And you get some back with your Pal Pads, and then, but how do you, like, get to them every turn? Well, that's where Lucario comes in. So, Lucario's Precognitive Aura ability, once during your turn, if you have Garchomp in play, you may search your deck for a card and put it in your hand, then shuffle your deck. So, you've got your Garchomp out, and you've got your Lucario out, and you really need to play a Cynthia to get your Garchomp to do all the damage. Well, you just grab it. That's literally all you have to do. You just grab it with Lucario. And then you play it, and then you hit 230, and it's really good. And this theme deck just gives you a bunch of parts to do this with. It gives you the Garchomps, it gives you the Lucario. It also, more importantly, gives you Cynthia, which you can use in a whole bunch of decks.
And by the way, it's a $4 card right now.
Yeah, it's stupid expensive. For $4 is like, okay, Sycamore's like $1 right now.
I mean, N is expensive.
N is like also $1, maybe $3, if you get an older one. Anyway, Cynthia. Shuffle, draw 6. We haven't seen this ability since Professor Oak's New Theory in some Heart Gold Soul Silver set. I can't remember right now. It's really good. It's kind of something that Standard needed pretty bad. You know, the not, you know, oh, throw away all your stuff or end yourself to 1. You have a really good late game option in Cynthia. Gives you a bunch of fighting energy. That's cool. Riolu with a flip effect to like not take damage. Gibble has Ascension, so search your deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon and put it on it. And so does Gabite. Gabite has that same attack for the same cost. Now, this deck is pretty alright in Standard, but in the next set, Forbidden Light, Garchomp is going to be reprinted as a fighting type, which it's going to keep all the same attack costs, but it'll be a fighting type, and it will probably be weak to, I would imagine, grass or water, depending, and not fairy. But what that is, the reason that's important is because you get strong energy, and now you can hit 250, and you can hit more than that if you really need to.
Also, you can power up with Regirock and Diancie.
Exactly, you power it up with the Regirock and the Diancie Prism that they just revealed. And so you know, you might not even necessarily need to play a Cynthia to buff your damage to a point to get something knocked out. Because if you have a Choice Band and a Strong Energy, you're going to hit 150 just off of that. And then Diancie's going to hit you 170, which is a knockout on a Lele without even having to play a Cynthia. I think, personally, that Garchomp in the next set is going to be very, very, very good. And so you should, you know, keep your eye out for parts of this, like, you know, stock up on your Lucarios and get your Gibbles. This is not the good Gibble, by the way. There's a better Gibble that doesn't come in this deck. Do you have any of those?
Yeah.
Handy?
We can cut that.
We'll cut it right there and say, this one!
Yell at me and tell me to cut it.
What?
Yell at me and tell me to cut it.
Hey, cut this ear.
I would have known because I just said for you to say.
It's this one!
Yeah, that was better.
This one. It doesn't come in the deck, but it is better. So its ability, Rock Hiding. If this Pokemon has any fighting energy attached to it, it has no retreat cost. It only has 1 retreat anyway, but that's kind of not the point. The reason this is good is because you can attach it, and then you still have that energy to retreat for free. So if you start Gibble, you can attach a fighting energy, you can bridge it, or Lele for bridge it, and, you know, get a good setup. You can hit, like, an Alolan Vulpix, for example, and then you attach, retreat into your Vulpix, grab your Pokemon, and you've still got the energy attached to the Gibble so that you can maybe Rare Candy into a Garchomp, or evolve into Gabite, or however you choose to set your Pokemon up. So this is the better Gibble. Not to mention it also has 60 HP over the 50 HP of the Ascension Gibble. There are some other Gibbles in Standard, the ones from Breakpoint specifically. I think that one is just for fighting. It's discard a card from your hand and draw a card?
Yeah.
Is its only attack?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could play that one, but this is definitely the best Gibble in Standard to be playing. Gabites, yeah, the one from this set, the Gabite, that it has Ascension, so that's a pretty good attack, should you need to use it. The other Gabite has Rock Tomb, I think, it's like 40, and you can't retreat, your opponent can't retreat next turn. So, it's cool too. Yeah, so keep an eye out for Garchomps. Specifically the theme deck, as far as meta things go, comes with Cynthias. Comes with 2 Cynthias. So if you wanted to pick up some Cynthias, you can buy this deck and guarantee that you get Cynthias. It also comes with a pal pad, so if you're really looking for pal pads, if you are just hurting for pal pads and you haven't pulled a single one of this uncommon card.
Also keep in mind the code gives you through Cynthia's online as well.
This is true. The code that comes with this thing, which I'm going to show just the back of, because I want to use this, is it does give you this entire deck online, as well as a copy of the Shattered Hollow Garchomp and the coin and the deck box. You can use this in theme tournaments online, which, by the way, you should, because it's good, and it'll probably win you some games, because it's just that good. And yeah, so I think that is more or less all I wanted to talk about this deck. Definitely pick one up if you find one and you are feeling like you want to buy a theme deck. If you already have all this stuff, I mean, don't necessarily worry about it. If you're looking to collect this Shattered Hollow Garchomp, this is the only place you can find it. So yeah, I think we'll end it off there. If you like this video, this deck analysis kind of video, let us know in the comments. And like and subscribe for more Pokemon content, such as live streams, vlogs, you know, more videos, pack openings, things like that. And I guess we will see you in the next one.